What's up, everyone? Elliot here from Entre Educator with another video to help educators make that next step into entrepreneurship. Today, I'm super excited because we have Nicole Pauling on the line, and she's going to give us a deeper dive into customer service and how we can build our customer base on OutSchool. Nicole's on the line. Nicole, can you introduce yourself?
I am Nicole Pauling. I am a teacher on OutSchool. I've been teaching on OutSchool for the past about a year now, actually. And prior to that, I am what I consider a serial entrepreneur. So I have had many, many businesses. The one I just sold, literally sold 2 weeks ago, I think, I had for 12 years. I think I'm on my fifth or sixth business now. And right now I'm running like three of them. So that's what I do. So a big part of what I do is customer service. But I don't refer to it as customer service. I actually refer to it as customer care because I think those are two different things.
Cool. So, as a serial entrepreneur who has been teaching on OutSchool for the whole year, is it
Mhm.
something that you feel like you're going to continue pushing forward?
Oh, absolutely. I have built a really strong following on OutSchool. Um, I I would say that I have done very well on OutSchool. I've managed to do a lot of amazing things in the last year, and it's really been because of OutSchool and the platform that they provide for us and the ability to reach out to parents and children that we would have never really come across before in other ways. So yeah, I have definitely decided that I'm going to stay on OutSchool for as long as OutSchool continues to be the way that it is. In fact, one of the reasons that I sold my business was that despite having dedicated 12 years of my life to it, and I mean serious work, I had to make a choice. And the choice was, do I continue doing this business, which is very intensive in a normal year, or do I make the complete switch over to OutSchool? And so the fact that I sold it kind of tells you where that went and
Right.
how that decision went.
Nice. Okay, so let's deconstruct some of the success that you've found in the past year working on
Mhm.
OutSchool. Um, what are some of the things that you think have worked for you that could work for other people in the Entre Educator group?
Sure. Well, for one thing, be unique, honestly. So, whatever it is that you're teaching, find your own way to do it. Don't go and it's okay to like search up uh, whatever it is you're going to teach. Search for history, search for art, search for all of those. But then find what's there and do something else.
Mm,
Don't recreate someone else's wheel because how can you be successful? Like, no one's going to trust a teacher who has, first of all, stolen someone else's class.
true.
And secondly, you're not going to be able to teach it as well as that teacher who's teaching it. So let's say that you go, oh my gosh, Nicole Pauling, let's search up her name. Oh, she's got this amazing class. It's got so many reviews. Look at this. She's running it 18 times a week. Obviously, this is an exciting, great class, right? You're not going to teach it the way that I am.
Mm,
You're not. You don't have my content. I've custom created all my content. I spend 16 hours a week, every single week, writing my class. Unless you're going to do that, you're not going to have my class.
sure.
You just can't. Create your own, and the students who need you, who are looking for you, and they're out there, they're going to find you, and they will love you for what you're teaching because you're teaching what you love. And that's really, be unique. When I search, when I created all my classes, actually, I would search for them to make sure no one else was doing it. I don't want to recreate what you're doing, Elliot, or what this person's doing, even though they might be the most amazing teacher on OutSchool. I don't want to do what they're doing because I'm not going to do it as well.
Mm,
So, no, honestly, in all honesty, make something new.
okay. All right. So let's say that I did want to teach like art, for example, and I see that this is working on OutSchool, but I sort of pivot it and I do my own thing. I create this program. I get the students who find me who are searching for that kind of class. What would you say is the next step, Nicole, in keeping the customers there?
So, there's a couple things. So, there are a couple strategies, first of all, to get those students into your classes. Have you heard of funneling?
Yes.
Okay, so good. For those of you who don't know funneling, you create a one time class that's going to lead into your multi week or your ongoing class or even a flex class. So it's your one-time classes, you should think of those as a taste test. I'm going to take a taste test at this restaurant and see if I actually like their food. And if I really like their food, I'm going to go back and order again. And I'm going to spend a lot more money this time. And maybe I'll even bring friends to this restaurant because it's so amazing. Your one-time classes are the same thing. They're the taste test for your bigger classes because no one wants to spend that money on a teacher who's going to be terrible. I made that mistake. I put my son into a $500 class, 8-week class, and I thought, well, this person has her PhD. She is going to be amazing. Oh my gosh, it was horrific. We could not wait for the 8 weeks to end. And we didn't withdraw because I was like, it was a lot of money.
Right.
Like I've never spent that much money on a class. I may never do it again. And I wish I had done a one-time class with her first because then I would have known this is not the teacher for us.
Mm.
And that's okay. Not every teacher is going to be the right teacher. Um, so have a one-time class, make sure that it funnels into a longer class. If your bread and butter is one-time classes, and I know some teachers who are very successful that way, probably not as successful as people who have ongoing. And
Right.
here's why. If you have one kid who has to hop from class to class, maybe they'll sign up next week. Maybe they'll find something new. But if they're in an ongoing class, you can kind of guarantee that they're going to be there from week to week to week to week until they get bored, because that happens too. You know, sometimes they're like, okay, this was great content for a while, but now I'm ready for something new. And that's okay. Don't take that personally. You know, the other thing with ongoing is people hop in, people hop out, people hop in, people hop out. I watch this happen every week. Like, oh, new student gone. It's okay. For the most part, I've had the same 150 students in my ongoing class since last July.
Wow. Okay.
So that's the power of ongoing. That is a lot of income that is consistent, steady. Of course, it requires you to give a really good content to really make sure that your class is what you want it to be. Is it interactive? Is it fun? Is it interesting? Does it meet that student's need? Is it engaging? But there's another part to this that I think people overlook, and that is customer care.
Let's talk about that.
Hey, my family needs to go on vacation for a week. Is it okay if you save my spot and just refund my money? Yes, I will do that for you. Why? Because I want you to still be a student in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Here's your money back. Have a wonderful vacation. Please send me pictures.
Okay.
Hey, we overslept and we forgot about your class and we were eating bologna on our picnic table. Great. Here's your money. I'm glad you had good family time. Hey, I didn't like your class. We attended for the very first time today. I am so sorry. Let me give you your next class free. It could be that your student just didn't enjoy the group that they were in.
Mm.
I have other classes with different dynamics. So I think they would do better in this section with this group of kids. Let me transfer you over. And next week, I'll refund that money so that your class is free. So you
Mm.
can give it another try. Customer care is customer service taken to an extreme.
Mm.
Really, do you want to transfer? Sure. When would you like me to transfer? You want 16 transfers? Okay, let me transfer you. Transfer, 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 transfer. I can look at my transfer records because you can on individual students. I have kids who've transferred 13 or 14 times. Fantastic thing. That means that they have chosen to be with me 13 or 14 times.
Right. And so just to confirm, Nicole, a transfer is that when a student goes from one of your classes to a different one of your classes?
So it's within the same class. So let's say it's a history class.
Hmm.
So let's say they're Monday at 2 o'clock, but next week, Monday at 2 o'clock, they have a doctor's appointment. Great. You want to go to Tuesday at 3? Move them to Tuesday at 3. It's the exact same class, the exact same content, just a different day of the week.
Gotcha. Okay.
So and so you'll like I'll look at my student transfers and like I'll go, okay, they have been all over the place, but they're still with me.
Hmm.
Why? Because I never say no. I never say no.
Okay.
Can I transfer? Yes. It's the middle of class. Can I transfer? Yes.
Um, Nicole, that I mean that just brought up a new point that I was thinking about. Is there any way that you can show your customer care through your OutSchool profile and kind of elicit to the parents that you're so flexible, caring, and understanding before they even take the course to entice them to take your course?
That's a fantastic idea, and I don't know why I didn't think of it.
Oh, so what might you
I
do?
have not even I haven't even thought of doing that. Um, my goodness, if I was going to show that, I guess one of the things that I do is I specifically point out in my profile how many teenagers I've raised. At
Mm,
this point, it's been 21, because I have two biological children, 19 foster kids. And what it has done for me is it's made me an extremely flexible, caring human being. And I understand that not every child is going to learn the same way.
oh my
And
God.
not every child is going to process the same way. And not every child is coming to my classes in the same starting point.
And just in a general sense, all of the teachers who either want to be a teacher on OutSchool or who have just
Mhm.
started, how can they grow? What can they do to learn from your success and your insight that you've experienced in this past year?
Well, so you need to be a business person. Stop thinking like a teacher and start thinking like a business person. Have a set schedule. Figure out where and how you're going to advertise. Consider paying for your own advertising. Here's the thing about any business. Let's say that I own racehorses. Okay. I own racehorses and my business is racehorses. I have one racehorse that's really excellent. Okay. And when I have a stud fee, that stud fee is $100,000. I am not going to spend my money advertising this horse that's an up and comer that's never won a race yet. I'm going to put all my money on that stud racehorse that's making me $100,000 a crack. Don't expect any teaching business that you're working for to advertise you when you're new. It doesn't make sense financially. It is not a strong business move for me to put all my money into a basket where I don't know if the eggs are cracked.
Mm.
It doesn't make any sense. Advertise for yourself. Seriously, advertise for yourself. Put it in your Facebook groups. Join your homeschool groups locally. Talk to your friends. Give free classes to your own friends to come and get your reviews up. Be a smart business person and make sure you have your funneling in place so
Mm.
that when they try your one-time classes that they naturally lead on to your bigger classes, because you might have the most amazing one-time class in the world. But if they don't have a next step, what are you leading them to? You're
Mm.
leading to them that one-time payment. Here's your $10. I don't want $10. I can't live on $10. No, be smart. Really look at the business aspects. Put aside the teaching after you get your unique classes and your unique ideas. Put that aside and focus on how do I grow this as a business? And that is not posting on Facebook groups and going, I don't know how to build. No, go and Google, how do I advertise? How do I outreach? How do I network? Those are the things you want to learn how to do.
Hmm. Wow, that is awesome. Those are a bunch of um, nuggets that I haven't heard of yet, and I'm definitely going to try them for my own classes on OutSchool too. So, Nicole, I really appreciate your time and insight, and coming on to this interview and sharing everything about customer care, building a funnel, and just growing in general on the platform. So, I want to thank you for your time.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure. And thank you so much for having me today.
All right, take
And
care.
good luck, everybody.